Oh my god, no. Oh, Jesus Christ, no. Hello, my fellow drawers. My name is Valerie. I am a self taught digital artist. I draw characters and stuff. In this video, I wanted to show you how I went from this to this in like 6 years or so. So I've gathered 7 sketchbooks and I labeled each one of them like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I also went ahead and labeled every sketchbook with the date of start and the date of finish. Although, like, I think I only finished like 2 of them. Like, I've only finished 2 sketchbooks in my lifetime. So let's begin, shall we? So here is sketchbook number 1. I don't know if I can even call that a sketchbook. It's more of like a notebook where I would draw weird diagrams and like my sheets and tables and stuff of the stuff I liked. I don't even know. A pizza page. Oh, there's a page devoted to my dog. This dog. I mean, I was 12 when I started this one. Oh, here's a sad story of a little potato. That is
Why are we still here?
brilliant. So I think we might be just done with it. Okay, let's go with sketchbook number 2. 2017 was a year when I started struggling with an eating disorder and I got put in a mental hospital, and this sketchbook is really like dark sometimes. All the nurses liked my drawings. They said, oh, that's cool, why are you drawing monsters and shit? And I was like, I don't know. You can tell, like, I was more of a creature artist. I really tried to draw people, but drawing monsters was way easier. You didn't have to make them symmetrical, you didn't have to make them look perfect. Actually, the uglier they looked, the better. Oh, here I started doing the color. Look at that. I think these are watercolor pencils. I still have them actually. I have this entire huge pencil case just filled with watercolor pencils. I don't use them, so if you want this, I remember drawing this at school. You can see I was going for some anime style. Every class I would go to, I would just sit and draw. I would sketch these characters, then I would go in with my micron pen, then I would come home right after school when all the other kids were hanging out and going for like walks and drinking and partying and stuff. I was 12, so my classmates were also 12. No, we weren't drinking. You can see that anatomy wasn't really my thing at the time. I think I did use some references, like some just other people's drawings of like anime girls and stuff, and I would just take the pose and try to recreate it in my own style, which I didn't have because I couldn't even draw, and you cannot have a style until you learn to draw. Here I even tried creating some of my original characters. Oh wow. No, I'm not gonna show that. That's so cringe. My sketchbook dropped from cringe. I'm sorry. On the last page we have all the OCs that I've created in this sketchbook. I had to let my dog out. Now let's go to sketchbook number 3. And somehow, in my opinion, this one looks worse. Why? I don't know. Look at this first page.
March 2018 to April 2018, an entire sketchbook in a month? What?
So I am 14 already in this sketchbook. I'm still using watercolor pencils in this one. Why is there so much work? This is a page of studies. But they are not studies because I didn't study anything. I didn't use a reference. I used nothing. It's just like floating heads and floating hands. Don't do that. You learn nothing from drawing a full page of heads or hands or feet or whatever from your imagination. You can look at your own hand, you know? You can close it. Here it for some reason starts to get better. Here's Loki. Oh, what? No, please. No, don't write captions. I cringe from. Look at that Dude, he is so different. Animals, again, I think they're just from my imagination, which is why. Now these I think are from reference. These look pretty realistic. This is definitely a reference. A lot of these are referenced, I think, which is good. At this time, my drawings were becoming more and more intentional and interesting. I started experimenting and making like series of drawings, like the zodiac signs. Oh my god, no. Oh Jesus Christ, no. Here I think I started getting really into creature design. Here are monster Pokemons. I think I played Pokemon Go at the time. Oh, and that's the end. That's just a cringe. Okay, sketchbook number 4. I think at this time I was really influenced by this one artist. I really just fell in love with her sketchbook tours, and we begin with some quirky little stuff. I wanna kill myself. I'm gonna die from cringe. I hate my life. You hate your life. I hate my life because of this. Am I gonna look at this video 5 years from now and cringe as hard? This is such a 2018 sketchbook. Jacksepticeye. Oh, I love him. I love him. The guy's cool, but I'm not. Okay, some other. Oh, Supernatural. Oh, 11. Stranger Things. What a year! Yeah, this is where I think I discovered fan art for myself. Here I started using markers and drawing in a weird style where everyone had huge noses for some reason. I don't get it. Maybe I was trying to make noses look more realistic, but they just look wrong. What the heck? Oh, look, I drew me, my dad, and my little brother. Why is he a chick house? You don't know it, but I am struggling to get through this. Yeah, I had a crush on this J.B. Campbell Bower in this movie. Feels like I kind of start to know what I'm doing. Oh, tripophobic people, stay away. More Pokemon. Oh, Jesus Christ. What is wrong with me? Hi. It's a different day. There is not that much of this sketchbook left. Here you can see over the garden wall fan art, a memorial drawing, because at that day Avicii died and I drew this in his memory. That's it with this one. You can see throughout these sketchbooks I was trying out different materials. At first it was just ink, the line art, then I took on watercolor pencils, then markers. See that I never used any type of paint? That's, I think, very interesting. I kind of knew from the beginning that I was not a painter. I was a graphic artist. Actually, there was a phase before this first sketchbook. Unfortunately, any evidence of that there was is lost forever. But first of all, fun fact, my mom told me that I actually wouldn't draw as a kid up until 7 years old when I went to school. My art teacher told my mom, like, oh, you know that your child can draw, right? And my mom was like, huh? She was surprised to say the least, because there are no artists in our family. I am the only disappointment. Then she signed me up for like art school, where I would go on the weekends for 3-4 hours a day. That was where I learned all the basics, and my art teacher there, she was the best woman I've ever met, and she taught me so much, while also giving me full creative freedom. Instead of saying just like, oh, draw this, or draw that, or draw the David's head and David's eyes and David's nose so it looks more like David than the David himself. One day she was like, we are drawing princesses today, and everyone did draw princesses. I drew Peppa Pig as a princess because I was so different. And my teacher was like, that's so creative, great job. And I was like, I know, right? Anyway, I remember doing this thing where I really loved Pokemon at the time, and I would Google pictures of different Pokemons on my grandma's iPad, and I would take a bunch of printer paper shits English is not my first language, and when I speak English for too long, it hurts my throat. I would take printer paper and I would draw these Pokemons. One Pokemon per one A4 sheet of paper.
I was actually doing a great art exercise without even knowing it.
Because when you're just starting out drawing, go simple.
Pokemon are simple.
They are made of simple, clean shapes, and that is a great way for you to, number one, train your hand. Train it to move the way you want it. Train it to make straight, clean, good-looking lines. And number two, learn your shapes. Explore shape language in a fun way while drawing fun, simple characters. Don't start your drawing journey with anatomy studies or drawing plaster heads, cubes, cones, and spheres, or apples with cloth on the background. You know why? Because that is boring, and you are gonna get bored with art. Start drawing with something simple and something that you really enjoy, and then gradually learn new things and upgrade your skill. Okay, so I think this is getting a little too long, and I have 5 more sketchbooks to go through. Yeah, I know I said 7, but there are like 2 of these small ones, and they're like half full. This one has like 2 drawings, but I still want to share them. I still want to show them because they're a part of my journey. Also, if I make a video too long, my iPad will probably explode and I will die. So I will leave these for part 2, and thank you so much for watching. Press like if you enjoyed this video, and subscribe. That's mandatory. You can check out my art on Instagram or here on YouTube Shorts, and bye bye.